On to CoreTV News on the hour with Nifemi Oguntoye. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has sworn in the newly appointed commissioners and special advisors with a charge on them to work round the clock and ensure that the state fulfills its potentials. Speaking at the well-attended ceremony held at the Adeyemi Bero Auditorium, Alausa Secretariat, Governor Ambode reminded the new appointees that their primary allegiance is to the people of the state, irrespective of creed and color, urging them to dedicate themselves to the service of the state. The governor said the state is currently experiencing rapid urbanization and thus requires hard-thinking solutions to develop befitting infrastructure to cater for the increasing population. According to him, Lagos has all the ingredients to compete globally in all sectors, saying that he expects his new team to join hands with him to move the state forward.5 persons were injured in multiple accidents in Akoko Southwest Local Government Area of Ondo State, with 2 vehicles damaged. The accident, which occurred on the Owo-Abuja Road, was said to have been caused by overspeeding. The first happened at the accident-prone Oke Alabojoto. The other was at the Oke Maria near Akoko. It was gathered that the truck rammed into a car coming from Abuja and the driver reportedly fled. An eyewitness, Taiba Yaya, disclosed that the accident caused gridlock on the busy road, which links the south to the north. The victims were rushed to the Federal Medical Center, Owo. The unit commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRC in Ikare, Jimo Basiru, added that overspeeding was responsible for the accident. The FRC boss said the truck had been impounded and he warned drivers against overspeeding. Nigerian soldiers shot dead as a suspected suicide bomber outside a military base in the northeast on Sunday, detonating explosives concealed in her handbag. The target was thought to be the Malari Army Barracks, the main military base in Maiduguri, which has been hit repeatedly in recent months by Boko Haram Islamists. There were no other casualties in the explosion, which one military officer in the city described as an attempted suicide attack by Boko Haram terrorists. Well, chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum and Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari at the weekend declared that President Muhammadu Buhari cannot be blamed for the present woes the country has found itself. According to him, what Nigeria is going through is partly a reflection of the global economy, which adversely affected the international prices of oil. Despite the drop in prices of oil, he said that President Buhari has done well in managing Nigeria's economy in the past 5 months. The governor, who spoke with journalists in Abuja, said that only Nigerians who were aggrieved because of ministerial nomination and other appointments could be unhappy with Buhari. Management of University of Teaching Hospital, UCTH, Calabar, has commended the federal government over its prompt intervention in the hospital Ebola scare. In a statement made available to journalists in Calabar, the Chief Medical Director of UCTH, Thomas Agan, said the attention given to the hospital during the period is a demonstration of importance President Buhari's administration pays to public health. He said the public enlightenment on the issue by relevant agencies of government has switched the international community that Nigeria is Ebola-free. Following the request by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP for information on the spending of recovered assets stolen by late General Sani Abacha, the World Bank has said that it needed additional time to provide SERAP with a more comprehensive response. In a letter dated 15th October 2015 and signed by Anne May of the Access to Information team, the bank said additional time is needed in order to provide comprehensive response. The SERAP Executive Director, Adeto Kumbo Mumuni, welcomes the bank's decision to thoroughly consider the request. In Rivers State, the People's Democratic Party says the letter written by Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of the state, urging the Senate President Bukola Saraki to disregard the white paper on the report of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry for the investigation of his administration on the sale of some valued assets lack merit and logic. The state chairman of the PDP, Felix Obua, made the assertion while reacting to the letter by Amechi to the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki. According to Obua, in a statement signed by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Jerry Needham, Amaechi's letter to the Senate President is an attempt to ignore the White Paper report, undermine the crusade against corruption, and expose President Buhari's fight against corruption as partisan and targeted at only members of the opposition and perceived enemies. The PDP said the monumental fraud discovered by the Judicial Commission of Inquiry and a huge revenue lost when Amaechi was governor of Rivers State cannot be ignored. Meanwhile, the nomination of Ms. Aisha Abubakar for ministerial appointment from Sokoto State may fail or face difficulties killing the screening in the Senate following a rejection by the state chapter of the All Progressives Congress. The party in the state also vowed to officially write President Muhammadu Buhari rejecting a nomination and be replaced by a more competent representation, not minding gender. The faction of the Movement for the Actualization of the Sovereign State of Biafra has called on the federal government to immediately release the Radio Biafra director Nnamdi Kanu, who was arrested by the Department of State Security in Lagos State. In a statement issued in Abakaliki, the National Director of Information MASAB, Comrade Uchenna Madu, threatened that any refusal by the federal government to ensure the release of Kanu would lead to a worldwide protest. MASAB calls on the Nigerian government to quickly release Kanu or arraign him in a competent court of justice. We'll take a break now, and I'll be back with more stories. Don't go away.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to your husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Because some people will strong for Yoruba land, will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
As news breaks, people don't let events pass without giving their comment or reactions.
When the problem arises in society, these are the people that should be consulted.
To cleanse the corruption in society, we are not to provide information for good life and also security of life and property in this country.
The academic society have the loudest voice on this platform.
Whether you call it a sovereign national conference or a national conference, it is about the people of Nigeria.
There should be a change in power.
In any way they can do it.
I think there's a script already.
Every Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. on this station. From the Ivory Tower, a must-watch for the learning minds.
Welcome back. You can get all of our top stories on any of our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. Our Twitter handle is at CoreTV News NG, and we're streaming live on YouTube. It's youtube.com/CoreTV, never space, at news. As the governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, celebrates 1 year in office, this was heralded with the commissioning and inspection of various projects in the state. In this special story, CoreTV's Rashid takes a look at the performance of Fayose-led government and its assessment by the people of the state.
When you measure satisfaction, when you measure performance, when you measure contribution, you measure them within available resources. Within available resources, we have done more than enough.
With a year under his belt as governor of Ekiti State once again, Ayodele Fayose was at his best in rating his work so far. While the yardstick may differ, the people also have their say on the matter, with Aduni Olayinka Center as a case point.
Since my coming now, that women's center is at no cost to Ekiti State government. Can you explain that to us? It has no cost to Ekiti State government. It's born out of my effort to develop this state when we don't have money. Reaching out.
The building that is standing right in front of the government house. And I know clearly for sure that that building was meant to be in Exu. It's one of the projects that was meant to be in Exu, which is a TED Fund project.
He's now here in Ado.
While the governor says most of the allocation of Ekiti goes to payment of salaries, the bailouts for the state is a major sticking point.
That workers' salary is number one. The bulk of the money that comes to these states in the last 1 year has been used to pay workers' salaries. When they talk about bailout, they have said the responsibility for the debt. But these bailouts were not money owed by my administration.
It's being paid in 1 or 2 as if they are now invoking the divide and rule in respect of the bailout. So there was a time the secondary school teachers, about last week, they were paid. The primary school teachers were not paid. Concerning the core civil service, the way the pay bailout is being paid is not encouraging. That's not the intention of the federal government.
The airport project is also seen as a major issue, especially the controversies surrounding it.
We have done the enumeration and we are working together and they will be paid accordingly. There's no problem with that. I mean, this is an ongoing project that will benefit not only the local people, but obviously everybody in the state.
This is what the constitution of my social. Come and say we should go to farm, we should work. The system of giving somebody 1 farm in a year and one rubber for every rice. And you go to that farm to damage this property. It's a 4-1 system.
While the governor beats his chest, former Governor Segun Oni says it's all fallacies.
I have a 4-year term. And it's an ongoing process. Some that are not finished is ongoing. It's still within the administration. But like I said to you, we will leave no project uncompleted. We will finish and make it accessible, serviceable for the use of our people within shortest possible time.
We are in a house of deceit. We have been taking him into a one-chance vehicle. He may turn around as a result of this and what other people are saying. He may start work tomorrow. This first year is a non-starter.
With the 2018 election still 3 years away, the perception of the people will surely determine what happens at the polls. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Also, a river village in Ogota local government area of Imo State has been taken over by flood. The incident, which started gradually 3 days ago, has degenerated into a huge problem, causing both loss of lives and property. CoreTV News correspondent has details in this report.
It was about an hour drive from the city of Owerri to the affected areas. Gaining access to the people was another struggle. The entire roads were flooded. Most of the people affected by the flood were farmers who have decided to live close to their farms. Cross-section of the victims reacts to the huge loss they have encountered.
We see the flood conquer all of our cassava, yam, our house. Many people still there for
my people now, they live inside water. And the place there and living now, water don't go around. But the only help now where God give us now that He said the water don't quench. No, they live again. Now boat and like the project. We need help.
Businesses affected as operators of fuel stations within the axis shut down completely. The people traumatized and dejected have resorted to medium and mini canoes for transportation. They are indeed subjected to lots of hardship. Deputy Chief of Staff to Governor Rochas Okorocha, who was there, confirmed this.
Because from what we are seeing, the whole of this environment is a threat to humanity. It's a threat to the people because you have a lot of reptiles, snake. You can see for yourself that some of the other food, seafood, have been thrown away by the water.
So far, 4 people have been confirmed dead.
I got information that in the last 4 days ago, I think in the last 4 days ago or 5 days ago, that some lives were lost. About 4 lives were lost in the last 4 days ago, and we sympathize with the families of the deceased. The government of Imo State will come to see them in due course.
While disbursing the little relief materials and food items available to the victims, the rancor experience shows clearly that it was not enough. Proactive measure is, however, required of the government to provide adequate help for these internally displaced persons. Ajibabe Awofeso, CoreTV News, Bogota.
The police have arrested 72 suspected cattle rustlers in the notorious Fagora forest in Tudunwada local government area of Kano State. The Commissioner of Police in the state, Muhammad Kassina, disclosed this while presenting the suspects and animals to newsmen at Kwana Dawaki in Dawankin Kudu local government area of the state on Sunday. The suspects were presented in the presence of the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Muhammadu Sanusi II, and Governor Abdullahi Kandute. Kassina said the police had also recovered 818 cattle, in addition to large cache of arms, fake military and police uniforms, as well as charms used by the suspects. According to him, the police also killed 3 of the suspects, including one Umaru Dogundaye, a Senegalese national who led a gang of bandits that maimed, raped, and ransacked the entire Gindankari village in Smiley, the local government area of the state. Fish marketing is one of the few economic activities with potentials for great income generation in Taraba State. In spite of this fact, fish traders in the state are complaining of difficult access to the market due to poor road network. Odua Godwin visited the area and examined some of the issues in this report.
It is well endowed with abundant surface water, including ponds and rivers. Descriptive statistics show that it has about 500 hectares of water body and 142 natural ponds. It's therefore not surprising that fishing is an important local resource base of the rural communities in the state. And in this community, Mayenero in Adokola local government, which is popularly known as the land of fish, there are traders from within and outside the state who troop in on a weekly basis to buy different species of fish. The income would have been a good story if not for the poor state of the road, which they see as a major challenge.
Basket where we've been there buy 5,000, now 11,000, 12,000. Before you go buy, I'm so can't do expensive for road. Secondly, road no good. So before you go do expensive, carry and reach our place, then a problem. You don't go gain anything. That is the business go just be like saying a random movement.
Since 3 weeks ago, we've been unable to pass through this road. Had to gain access to the road here. It's been very difficult. The drivers, you can see if you are coming to this road now, you see some vehicles that fell into a deep hole there. Some drivers just want to come inside here and convey the goods out there after buying. They say there is no road, no access here. And the sellers here are getting difficult to sell their goods, their fishes. You can see there's enough fish here, but there's no buyers as a result of bad road.
We are facing some challenges sometimes. If you buy fish of 10,000, you cannot sell it 10,000. Either you lose or you sell it the way you buy it because of money.
Here, all the time when we come out, our motor they get problem. The road is condemned because they just when you load, when you just go outside and then you must repair your motor. The road is too bad. The government, please, may they help us repair this road a bit, please.
Actually, the road is too bad. The entrance of this very place is very, very bad. It needs to be repaired.
Issa Sarikinwuwa is the king of the river. He is seeking government assistance for the survival of the major livelihood of the villagers.
Year in, year out, this is the only business we do for survival. Therefore, we are asking the government to come and give us assistance.
It is also having an adverse effect on revenue generation in the area.
The problem here we have now, the revenue is not forthcoming because of one thing or the other, that is politics. Somebody that he's supposed to pay, let's say 5,000, they only give you 500.
But in spite of this, the fishermen are not relenting. Our camera lens captured some of the fishermen who live by the riverbank constructing their boats for their fishing. This is River Benue in Mayenero. This river links more than 4 local governments in Taraba State, and most of the fishing is being done in this river. Now, the traders pass through this river to the popular markets for their buying and their selling. Udwa Godwin, CoreTV News, Adokola.
Outside Nigeria now, a Syrian activist says at least 70,000 Syrians have fled government offensive and rebel-held areas south of the city of Aleppo in the past 3 days. Zaidan al-Zabi, head of the Union of Syrian Medical Relief Organizations, disclosed that several villages he had visited were empty. The government offensive is the latest of at least 4 launched with Russian air support in the past 2 weeks. Aside from the Aleppo countryside, they are taking place in mostly rural areas north of the cities of Homs and Hama and in the rugged northern parts of Latakia province along the coast. Thousands of migrants have been stranded at borders in the Balkans in cold and wet conditions. The path to Western Europe is blocked. Several hundreds, including young children and babies, spent the night in the open at Croatia's border with Slovenia. The UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, also complained of a lack of basic supplies at the Serbia-Croatia border. The Western Balkan road has been disrupted by government restrictions. Hundreds of thousands of migrants, many from Syria, Africa and Afghanistan, have been making their way from Turkey to the Balkans in recent months in a bid to reach Germany, Sweden and other EU states. That wraps up this hour on CoreTV News. Do join us again at the top of the hour for more stories. I am Nifemi Okuntoya.